Binta went to where she was sitting and dragged her by her very long hair until Amanda started shouting, drawing attention to them. Amanda is a very beautiful girl. She was born in Lagos State, Nigeria, to the family of Mr. and Mrs. Okon. She is the third born of 4 siblings. Amanda is a very beautiful girl. She has very long hair and caramel skin. She would have been regarded as a goddess and treasured by all if she hadn't had what her family and others in her society regarded as a curse: blue eyes. Amanda is the only person known in the city of Lagos to have blue eyes. It had never been heard of before. No wonder her parents refused to register her in school until she was 5. They did not want to draw much attention with the presence of their daughter in school. But Amanda had always wanted to follow her other siblings to school, and Mr. and Mrs. Okon eventually had to register her in school. Amanda did not get a good reception in school. It didn't take her long to understand she was not welcome in school. Children point fingers at her. They call her the rich girl. At home too, her brothers and her older sister treated her harshly. Her parents wished they never had her. Her mother once said to her, "Amanda, you are a disgrace to this family, and I do not know what I have done to have an Obanje as a daughter. Who did I offend?" She cried when she said this. Though Amanda was only 7 years old when her mother said this to her, she wished she could kill herself and make her mother feel better. Amanda did not like that her presence in her parents' lives is causing them so much inconvenience. She never had the courage to take her own life, but she soon began to see herself as someone who looks horrible too. However, Amanda decided on one thing: to become better at studies, so she will make herself proud and maybe her parents, since they are so ashamed of her. Amanda cannot help thinking she is the cause of her parents' predicament. When Amanda became 15 years old, her parents decided to visit a herbalist, since the one visited when she was a child said the gods had refused to speak. So they felt they had given the gods enough time to eventually come up with an answer. When they got to the herbalist consulted his charm, and after a while, he sighed. The gods are saying that this child reincarnated. She was a very good man in her former life, but people did not like him because he was poor, no matter what he did for them. So before he died, he told the gods that he wanted to reincarnate as a very important figure who stands out, who will command respect wherever he goes. Amanda's parents were confused, and for a while they did not know what to say until Amanda's mother finally spoke. But that shows his prayer were not answered then, because the person he reincarnated as is also hated like him. And then Amanda's father, Mr. Okon, spoke. "But is she a cursed child? We need to know this and also ask the gods what we did to have this type of child." The herbalist shook his head. "Aside from what I have already told you, there is nothing more to say, because the gods have refused to say more." All the while, Amanda did not say anything but simply listened throughout the conversation. That day, they went home feeling like they did not get the answer they came for. So their thoughts of Amanda being a cursed child remained. Because Amanda started school late, she graduated secondary school at the age of 20. She was among the oldest, but Amanda was the best in her set. She did not attend her graduation party because her parents would not be going, and she had no friends in her class either. So instead of going to a party and making a fool out of herself, she decided to ask her siblings if they could have an indoor party with her. She wanted so much to celebrate herself, but her siblings shunned her. So instead of a party that day, Amanda spent the day crying. The fact that she knows she will be getting all the academic awards in her set did not calm her. She hated herself, and this time, even her successes were not enough to console her. While she cried indoors, her family pretended they did not know she was crying and had fun in the parlor. After writing her senior secondary school examination, Amanda came in first in the entire country. She had 90s in all her courses and set a record in the examination, so her name traveled wide. TV and radio stations wanted to interview her, and newspapers too were on her neck, wanting to hear from her. But Amanda was scared of being in the air. She does not want people to hate her for her looks. They have loved her for what she can do. She wanted them to simply hear her name and not see her face. So when she eventually granted an interview, it was with a newspaper and she requested not to have her pictures taken. The reporters who came to interview her were very professional. But Amanda saw in one of the reporters' face that she does not look scared of her, but pleasant to see her. So Amanda was relaxed for the interview. The fact that Amanda does not want her face on media made people really curious. But after a while, the agitation began to die down, and Amanda received a scholarship from the federal government to study at the most expensive schools in this country, which is also the best. The name of the school is Truth University, and it was in Abuja. So Amanda had to leave Lagos for Abuja. Although she does not know how her new environment will treat her, Amanda was happy to leave her family. She was tired of their lack of support and constant judgment. Amanda started school at Truth University, but because of how she had been cast aside before, she decided to wear shades to class with the excuse that she had an eye problem. It was only Jane, her roommate, who knew that Amanda has blue eyes. The first time Jane saw Amanda without her glasses, her eyes grew wide open. Amanda was expecting her to say something bad to her, but Jane had said, "Your eyes are very beautiful. They are unique and complement your beautiful face." Amanda did not know how to react. Jane is the first person to ever tell her she is beautiful, so she did not believe it. But Amanda eventually said, "Thank you, but you can't tell anyone. I don't want people to know that I have blue eyes." Jane asked why, because she felt being different was a good thing. "People don't like the color of my eyes, and I don't want to draw attention to myself." Jane promised to keep her secret. One day, Jane told one of her friends too, who was in the department with Amanda and herself, that Amanda has blue eyes. She did not mean to spite her, but she felt it was a beautiful thing and that others should know and appreciate Amanda's beauty too. However, things did not turn out that way. News quickly got out that Amanda is hiding something under her black shade. And when it got to a notorious girls group in the department, they decided to expose her. Everyone in the department has always thought that Amanda is weird. And when the news got out, they all agreed that whatever she is hiding must be a bad thing. Jane regretted telling her friend. Everyone now knew in the department and looked at Amanda with disgust. But Amanda did not know they had known, so she did not suspect that Jane had leaked her secret. One day, The notorious girls group in the department finally decided to expose Amanda. This news had traveled around that Alex, the wealthiest boy in school and whose father is the richest in Africa, will be coming to school. They decided to take out their plans when Alex will arrive, as many students will not want to miss the opportunity of seeing the handsome and wealthy guy in their class. Although the school is made of children from rich homes, none of them can be compared to Alex. He is far too rich, so they all respect and fear him. The school itself is one of Alex's family's properties. The day Alex eventually came, students began to throw themselves at him, especially girls, hoping he noticed them. But Alex never talks to any of them. His face is always ice cold, so nobody usually knows what he's thinking about. Even as students hail and throw themselves at him, they do not have the mind to touch him. Alex's security guards does not even allow it. So when Binta, the head of the girls group, saw that students had started gathering around Alex, she decided it was a perfect opportunity to disgrace Amanda. Amanda did not take part in the show of checking out Alex. She had simply sat in a corner reading her book. So Binta went to where she was sitting and dragged her by her very long hair until Amanda started shouting, drawing attention to them. Just when she wanted to ask Binta what she had done to deserve it, Binta removed her shade. At first, Amanda did not understand what had happened. It took her a while to process it. So many students already saw the color of her eyes. "She has blue eyes," they began to say, pointing fingers at Amanda. Binta group smiled mischievously. The student's voice made its way to Alex's ears. "Look, she has blue eyes," they all continued to say. So Alex followed the direction of their voices. The students were surprised that Alex, who is hardly interested in the affairs of the students, was suddenly going to see the girl. As he walked towards Amanda, they began to make space for him to pass, and soon Alex began facing Amanda. Amanda was kneeling on the floor with her palms on her face, trying to hide her eyes. Alex kneeled down before her. The student gasped at the sight. Alex gently placed his hands on Amanda's own. "Let me see," he said. His voice was harmless and very soothing to Amanda's ears. So she felt safe and removed her hands and opened her eyes. Alex was shocked. "So you truly exist? Where have you been all my life?"